Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dark Souls 3. What you're seeing here is footage of me finally beating the boss that I was not really stuck on, but that I ended this series on, sort of. First of all, I want to apologize for ending that series pretty abruptly. Just know that I kind of had my reasons for it. Dark Souls is sort of what I consider sort of a high pressure series to do, where it's pretty difficult to sit down and just record it when there's a pretty good chance that you're not going to make any progress in the game. Like, you could get stuck on a boss for a very long time, and there is sort of pressure that comes with it. If you're making YouTube videos for the game, you want to not get stuck. You don't want to upload footage of you doing too badly and wasting people's time and stuff like that. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't really feel like continuing this series. But I was talking with a friend recently. We were talking about Dark Souls 3 and how, this boss wasn't all that bad, and I was really close to the end of the game. And people were telling me that anyway, so I figured, you know what, I'm going to actually beat that boss. I did summon Phantoms because I tried this boss for a couple times. Got pretty close, but I figured, you know what, like, I just want to get through this right now, because if I get stuck here again, let's say I try for an hour or even 2 hours and I still don't beat the boss, then I'm going to be very, very much no longer motivated to continue the series. And what I wanted to do is just get through the boss quickly, upload this video, and then start recording again. Just, start playing Dark Souls again. I just want to let you guys know that if it does get to the point where I'm not very motivated anymore to continue it, I might upload less of it. Or if you guys could just, like, leave comments or something to keep me motivated, that would be super helpful. Because this is, like, the only series I'm currently doing that's like this, where, there's really a lot of pressure. I consider games like Europa Universalis, or just strategy games in general, I just have fun with them. And I don't really feel too much pressure to do well or anything like that. But Dark Souls is very different because, like I said, if I spend an hour and I don't get any progress whatsoever, it just, gets pretty boring to watch. And it's super frustrating for me as well. So that's kind of the reasoning behind that whole decision. Now, all DLC for Dark Souls 3 has been released right now, which is pretty cool. I was just checking my messages there. But all DLC has been released, so if I can, put my mind to it, I probably will push through and try to play through all the DLC. I don't remember the first one, but the Ringed City was just released, I believe, or, a little while ago, a couple weeks maybe, I don't even know. But, I was looking for an action game to play. Like, this game is so different from what I'm currently playing on the channel. I was playing, well, obviously Civilization, which is, strategy. Europa Universalis, strategy, and I was playing Expeditions Viking, which I'm not going to play anymore, by the way, but that was also sort of a strategy, but with a bit of RPG in there. So this is, like, very different. It's very action-y, and I was looking for something like that, where it was not just interesting for you guys to see some action stuff, but it was interesting for me, too, to have sort of different games. Like, sometimes you're in different moods when you're recording, and you think, all right, now I feel like playing a strategy game, so I'll record some strategy stuff, and now I'll sometimes you'll feel like playing some action stuff, and that's kind of like a better balance that I really should have struck with the channel, and which I haven't been doing, well for quite a while. I feel like I've just been doing strategy for, I don't know, a couple months maybe? I don't even remember, what else I've been doing. It's mostly been strategy, I believe, for quite a while now, and I want to like strike a better balance there. Some people have been asking for more action gameplay, and I think that, going back to Dark Souls and trying to finish it would be a good way to do that. Not to mention the actually finishing a series would be really nice, because with a lot of these series that I start, like Expeditions is one of those series where, there's like a bunch of people watching the first episode, a couple watching the second episode, and then it just drops off, and that does not motivate me to finish a series, obviously, which leads to there being a lot of unfinished series on the channel. And I feel like actually finishing Dark Souls would be really, really nice both for you guys, but for me too, just to have a series that's actually finished on the channel, you know, people can just go back, they can watch all of it. It's going to be a very long series. I think it already is. It must be like in the 40 or 50 parts already. And if we're going to include all the DLC, I would be surprised if it's going to be under 80 episodes. So that's going to be a nice long series for people to watch back, and it'll be all on the channel, and that's nice. So that's kind of my reasoning and, you know, what's been going on there. I don't know, like, I'm starting to treat this like an update video when in reality it's supposed to be a Dark Souls video. But yeah, so this is me fighting the princess. Like I said, I did summon some people because I wasn't doing too hot by myself. Actually, I died here. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure that the next run is the winning run. I spent, I think about an hour finding the guy. I had, like, previous recordings as well that I just cut out. Where it was, first it was just me, myself. I did pretty well. I summoned a guy, which, you know, went better, obviously, eventually. But also, it took me quite a while to actually find the area again. Like, I hadn't played Dark Souls 3 since November, I believe. Maybe a little bit earlier, even. And I didn't remember how to actually get to the boss. So that was kind of stupid. So I wasted some time running around, checking the elevators. I found a Titanite slab in the same elevator I used to get to the boss room. But yeah, I just wasted a bunch of time trying to actually find the boss. I just switched my equipment a couple times, but in the end it was definitely switching to summoning phantoms that helped me out, not switching to. Just summoning phantoms, very helpful. I know it's cheating, but it's like, you know, the game's been out so long, and honestly I don't care anymore about... I always thought it was important to sort of appease people that are really into Souls games, and are like, you know, if you summon your, like, a scrub, and, you know, like, that sucks, you're not supposed to do that for YouTube videos. At this point, I don't care anymore, okay? Like, I'm just gonna do whatever feels best for me, and in this situation, that was, summoning phantoms. I mean, obviously, I'm going to not summon phantoms. I'm gonna try every boss fight by myself a couple times. If I get too stuck and I feel like it's just, you know, gonna take up too much time, I will summon phantoms. And I know that most of you are not going to care about that, and I appreciate that a lot. I think, honestly, like, in terms of viewers, there's not too many people that are, like, really, really difficult on the channel, which I'm actually really thankful for. Because I've seen other YouTubers deal with that stuff, and it sucks when your audience just gets upset with the way you play games, and it's the most frustrating thing ever. Just, you know, upload a video, like, you put in time, you record a video, you feel good about it, maybe you got some sweet jokes in there or something like that. Doesn't matter, like, you were just in the zone and you got that video, you rendered it out, you upload it, you spent a couple hours on that one video, and then people just go, why did you summon phantoms, man? What are you, some kind of idiot? That's the most frustrating thing that can happen when you make YouTube videos. So, I'm honestly really lucky with you guys, in terms of, you know, whininess. There's very little of it here, and I'm quite happy. Yeah, that wasn't a very good start, by the way. I didn't realize that you can actually block most of his attacks. I don't have too much stamina. I don't know if you know, I could have had way more, but clearly don't have too much of it. I also started using the Sunlight Straight Sword again, which is a very nice weapon, by the way. I'm pretty sure I used that a couple times throughout the series. And this is still, I think, my second favorite weapon after the Murakumo, because that thing is awesome. I think we've been over this. If you've been watching the entire series up to this point, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Murakumo, still love that weapon. It's just the Sunlight Straight Sword is a lot quicker. It still does great damage. You know, it's a lot lighter, which I like a lot. And it did well during this battle. I didn't even use the weapon's ability, but it's just a good weapon. Oh, here we go. Stabbing the Elder Prince. Got my souls back. I didn't have too many. I crossed the bridge, and that's where I got a couple souls, and then eventually I just ran past everything, and sort of, you know, those are the souls that I kept. Man, it's weird doing post-commentary again. I haven't done that in forever. And it's still kind of nice. Like, I enjoy that. This is what I started, how I started doing YouTube videos. I just did post-commentary on Call of Duty videos. And it's always strange to sort of go back to that after you're so used to doing stuff live that it's really like a thing on its own to do post commentary. It's actually way more difficult, I think, to do a good job of that. So it's just nice to sort of get back to that. I've been looking for ways to do that on YouTube again. It's just that stuff like Call of Duty really lends itself well to that, you know, type of commentary where you've just got the game recorded and then you talk after, you know, in a way of showing it to people. And I kind of miss those days where people used to do that. But that is just a whole tangent that is completely irrelevant to this video. I'm starting to doubt that this is actually like the part where I win. But it has to be. I honestly don't know anymore. I recorded this maybe a week ago, and I've been contemplating whether or not to actually talk about it and upload and everything, but I figured I had to. Here we go. Elder Prince is down. Yeah, you can focus on this. Has to be the winning run. I got my buddy Ed. Actually, the previous Phantom called Bebe or something. Yeah, I summoned her a couple times. She wasn't too bad. It was kind of too bad that she died toward the end there. But Ed's really good. And this is the where it ends, as you can see. The younger prince is done for. And I'm really happy with my boy Ed. Great friend right there. But yeah, that was the Prince Lothric. That is the last cinders of a lord. And with that said, guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be back with more Dark Souls from now on, because I want to finish at least the game and possibly DLC as well.